On April 12th, I decided to do a Black Women Appreciation live stream where Black men called in and expressed their undying love and appreciation for Black women. So the following audio is of a multitude of Black men from all around the world expressing how much they love Black women and what they feel Black men as a whole need to do to prove and show their love and appreciation for Black women on a daily basis. I hope you listen to every single call and pay attention to everything that these men were saying. What I really want is I want everybody to share this video. Share this video on all of your social media platforms, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, because negativity is so loud. And for once, we have to make sure that our voices are heard. Our voices of positivity and love have to be louder than anything negative. So I hope you listen to every single call from all of these men. Thank you.
My name is Donald James. I'm coming out of Baltimore, Maryland. This is actually my first time calling in. In my lifetime, one of the things I observed is that why Black women are so important. When we're in jail, they help us out. When we're starting a business, wherever the case may be, they do a lot for us and don't notice, and so they just really get their props. We as Black men, we do more to let the sisters know how much we appreciate them. We can just tell them we love them because they support us. I think at the barest of the barest minimums, we should just stop antagonizing them, stop calling them out their names, not expecting them to be our moms, but to be our women. That's a big thing to me. At the most, we should just go through hell and high water for them. I feel like we should, support them as the way they support us, listen to what they had to say, see what they're going through, and meet them there, and be there and hold their back and hold them down, whatnot. Support them, really, do things for them. Sometimes Black athletes or Black celebrities who fall in love with white women. Why can't a Black man have that much love for a Black woman? I mean, it happens here and there, but not often enough in my mind. So I actually read an article the other day just to let Black women know. So apparently the whole thing about, Black men just getting successful and going for white women all the time is actually an overblown myth. It's a status that something like Black men who make six figures or more, I think it's something like 88% of them marry Black women. So as long as it's the Black women who think there's no Black men that love them, the stats aren't true, and the media is trying to brainwash you. So don't believe the hype.
This is Wallace. I'm actually glad this topic came up because I'm someone who's very big on feminine energy. I have 3 sisters. On my mother's side, she had 10 sisters. So I come from a family of Black women. Growing up, I didn't really appreciate Black women as I should have. Indoctrination of Western society is a mother. That shit hits deep, especially when you're growing up. And I'm from the DMV, specifically Northern Virginia, and the indoctrination is real. At a young age, it's really weird to have young boys calling women bitches and stuff like that. It's really, really self-degrading, and it goes into self-hatred and stuff, because if you hate the woman, then you hate yourself, because the woman and the man, they're extensions of each other. One thing that I've learned, especially growing up, is that a very huge part of what I like to say divine masculinity is, or people, or men who know their worth, are really, really secure within themselves. One thing I notice about all of them that's universal is that they have a deep respect, understanding, and admiration of the women that support them. I feel like as Black men, part of us being divine is that respect and adoration and the protection of Black women. We have to be their sanctuary, because we're always hard. Living the way we do, we always got to be hard, but we got to be sanctuaries for Black women because they go through shit that we go through. One thing that I think Black women really need to understand, coming from me as a Black man, is that the love that we have for y'all can't be explained in words. I don't think there could be any earthly language that can really put together how much love we have for Black women, especially ones that are conscious, especially ones that are out there defending y'all. I don't think there's a word to describe it. I don't think love is enough. Love is 4 letters. It doesn't really encapsulate how great y'all are, how graceful y'all could be. The confidence of a Black woman that can shatter entire rooms and just have everybody just look at her in awe and just, bruh, I'm running out of words to say. Is so much that could be said about the magnificence of Black women that can't be put into an earthly language, honestly. When you come into that truth, when you come into that realization, there's a peace. It's a certain serenity you have knowing that these are the women that are in your corner. And when you come to that realization, you can pretty much do anything you want. You can overcome anything. There's nothing that can stop you when you have the full backing of Black women. like Martin Luther King and all of our great ancestors who put in work. They had great women behind them. They literally had to be stopped by other forces to be stopped, and even then, their spirit still lives on in us as Black men. So we got to convert that energy as a whole and redirect that energy to loving our sisters and our mothers and our wives and our girlfriends and the Black women that really hold us down at the end of the day, because it's really hard out here. And I just want Black women to understand that the love can't be explained into words. Sometimes even just explaining it, like, you'll come up speechless, because there's just so much that Black women encapsulate, there's so much that Black women represent that would stretch the entire universe. I think the biggest thing that we need to do is just to show the women that need healing that there are us out there who are willing to make that journey even easier. And I think we really need to be loud in our love for Black women, louder than the men who down them, louder than the men who abuse them. We really need to take notes of the men that do abuse them and call them a whole bunch of degrading names. I think we need to take a page from their book and be louder than them. The women that really need healing really just need to see that there are men out there that are willing to die for them. Because it's like, as you said, you need to be willing to die for this shit. In order to reverse that energy, you really need to be willing to die for them, because you can only really heal when you have that realization and that resonation with yourself that you're going to be good. There's going to be people that's going to catch you if you fall. There's going to be people that's going to love you regardless of how many mistakes you made. And there's going to be people that's going to love you for your faults, because we are not perfect. As long as we have that foundation, that strong foundation, this person is going to be there for me. So I know, even if I mess up, even if I slip a little bit, even if I don't feel like I can do it, there's going to be someone or something there that's going to inspire me to keep going despite it all. And I think that's what we just really need to do. We need to be loud about it. We need to be about that life. And I think we need to set that example for younger brothers that are coming up too. We can't let the degradation be the norm anymore, because we did that. It almost destroyed us. We got to really let our love be loud. We got to let it be louder than anything we've ever said before.
Peace. All right. First of all, my name is Rob, man. I live in Phoenix, Square, Arizona. Really hard out here to find Black love, but what I do and what I have done is I perpetuate the truth, man, of Black love. I congratulate Black people when I see couples in the streets. I walk up to them and I express my gratitude for a Black man loving a Black woman, which is very rare out here. And what I teach, I have a 15-year-old daughter, and she is going through an identity crisis because of what you're talking about, the self-hatred. All of the races out there are spewing this madness about Black girls are puking, all that, and I'm damn near 60 years old. So I'm coming up from the 60s and 70s where Black love, Black power, all that was the shit. This is what I'm trying to get to my kid and her friends about self-acceptance. You have to block out all that foolishness and that hatred that is being just leveled against you. You have to stand strong. You have to listen to brothers like Angel, young brothers, young, strong, Black educated men. And you have to understand that there are good brothers out there. My wife and I have been married for 20 beautiful years. A Black woman. That's all I could marry. I could not marry nothing else, because without her, I am incomplete. I would not be the king without my queen, which is a Black woman. I truly believe when God created the Black woman, he was just showing off. We, no matter what age group, we need to come together and keep reassuring these sisters of their self-worth. Don't be blinded. Don't be blinded by all that foolishness nor the BS that's going to be all over YouTube and all this other crap. You need to understand and stay strong. Pray to your higher power. Always rely on that he will provide you your king if you are that queen that deserves the king. Because if we're in search of each other, we have to be ready to receive that which is already planned for us. That's what I believe. I prayed. When I was in my 30s like yourself, man, I was a straight up hoe. Something just came over me. I got tired of that. I got down on my knees and prayed to my higher power, please send me Mrs. Rob. Please send me my queen. And when I did that, I made sure that I was deserving of her. It took me 6 months to reinsure and go through the steps to ensure me as a black man that I was deserving of my queen. All of a sudden, bam, boom, here she was. We met. It's been beautiful ever since. But again, you sisters out there, you have to be ready to receive that what you desire. When I was in my 20s and 30s, I thought I was pretty boy. Actually, I was. I used to be pretty. I was, like yourself, man, high, yellow, good looking, all that kind of crap. That went to my head. I must admit, that went to my head. Once I found the truth, when I went into rehab at 26 years old, I was strung out. I went into rehab. Ever since then, that turned my life around. From that point on in my life, that's when I started looking at myself in the mirror and looking at myself truthfully. Do I like what I see? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. From that point on, every day was a journey of self-reflection, every day forward. So once I hit 30, my journey got deeper because I still had that old way about me because, that pretty boy mentality was still there. I don't know what happened. It just, it was a process. Once I really figured out and got tired of being promiscuous and, getting caught up in the hype and all that kind of stuff, I figured out what was real and what was missing. There was a void in my life. It could not be filled by all these other women. I figured that I need to be a true, strong black man from the heartland, which I desired to be. I changed my way of thinking. So what I always tell these young brothers, as goes the mind, so goes the body. So all these young brothers out there who's caught up in all this kind of crap about the hype and the flossing and all that foolishness, it is very temporary, very fleeting, and it's empty. Nobody can make you a whole king besides a queen that looks like you. It don't matter the skin tone. It matters the melanin which we have in us and the mentality. Our blackness is just not a color. It is a history. Our blackness is a journey, everything like that. Our blackness, you just can't, if you don't have it, you don't understand it. That's what I always tell these brothers when I see them with anything but a black woman. You cannot be fully fulfilled because they do not understand us. They don't understand nothing about us. They just see the exterior and the sexual prowess and all that kind of stuff. Brothers need to get up off of that. Once they're ready to be a real man, a real king that is deserving of their queen, they will see the errors of their ways about chasing all the white women and all that kind of stuff. It's very empty and it's saddening to see this because I watch, some of the stuff on TV, listen to the records. Back in the 70s, there is no way a real man would call his woman a bitch. It is no way you would hear that on the radio. Back in the day, even through the 80s, the music message was love, honor, respect. What can I do for you? Now, what I hear on the radio and the TV is saddening to me. And I understand getting caught up in being cool and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But being cool ain't going to get you to be the real king that you should be. It takes a real man to stand above and apart from the crowd. That's my point to these young brothers. If you want to be a real man, you stand above and apart from this crowd that you're in. You will at that point see the real women out there, the sisters that we all deserve to be whole. That's what I truly believe.
This is Marquise. I'm 18. But like the first thing I want to say about black women is just how, you see on the news how black men go through a lot of struggles. I respect. I like the strength and like the power that they able, going back from like slavery, they had to watch their husbands be beaten and whipped and also going through rape. The second thing, I think black women, like, they got the best looks, you know what I'm saying? Like you always say, like, we got it all, So from, dark skin to light skin to brown skin, it doesn't matter. Black women are great. And it's a lot of other races of women that hate on black women. What about us and that whole mentality? So like if there are any black women who feel like they may not be good enough, like you can look on the internet and you see everybody, they want to look like this, they want to change their hair this, they want to darken their skin. They want to get implants for their butt or for their lips. They want to do everything to look like y'all. Like, I'm a football player, I'm an athlete, so I'm about to go to college. I see what people talk about with celebrities and athletes going after white women. I'm not that way, but like I feel like black men should step up more, speak out more for black women because we can't let them defend themselves. We gotta stick up for them. If somebody come at them the wrong way, like I'm not in no relationship, but still, I'm gonna still do my part. And if something wrong is wrong, if something right is right. So we gotta stick up more. I feel like, especially in the U.S., I'm from Philly, so I feel like, especially in the U.S., we just look around what's around us. I just like I listen to a lot of music, so I've been listening to like dance hall music. I see the black women over there. I've been looking at women in Africa. Like we're everywhere. So like especially I'm extremely young. My point is that like I'm starting to broaden my views of black women from everywhere, not just the U.S., not just my city or where I live in my city. I love the support that black women still like sticking up and like, no, we not down with dating any other race. And like that's something powerful. And that's something powerful that black men should see and be like, well, we really are something special because we got black women here that's sitting here being single, waiting for one of us, to step up to the plate. And we should be looking at people that look just like us. I love the froze. I love the long hair. People try to say black women can't grow their hair long. Like, they're going to continue to make lies and all that. That's what I want to say.
I'm Jared. I'll call in a few times. I'm a big geek. I love comics and stuff like that, so I'm gonna just say it. But anyways, I want to give more like a compliment to the women. All women are very extremely strong-willed. The reason why I say that they have the. I don't know if anybody read comics or anything like that or yourself. I don't know if you're into superheroes, but they have the green ring power, which basically is will. They can withstand any emotion or anything like that, even through all the things that they've been through for centuries. Green is will, red is rage, yellow is fear, and they're able to withstand all of that. So I just wanted to really just say that our women are extremely strong-willed and always will be. And I just wanted to also say that our women will always look better than Caucasoids. They'll always look better than Mongoloids. They'll they will always be at the top. Nobody will ever compare. Nobody. And I just wanted to actually let them know that keep doing them and don't listen to what anybody else says about them because again, they will always be number one. I love their hair. And another thing I also wanted to say as well, I don't understand why there's so much hate going on with their hair. And this is to some of the black men out there. Let our women do what they want with their hair. Because the thing is, our women are beautiful. They can pull off anything. Afro, long hair, straight hair, wavy hair. Let them do what they want. Because at the end of the day, they're always going to be beautiful. And I remember you saying it before in your last live stream. They whatever we want, they got it. If you want it, they got it. They got it all. Do whatever you want with your hair. They can pull it off. And I just wanted to give more of a compliment and another compliment to their intelligence as well. I would go deeper, but I'm too nervous right now. So I just wanted to call in and let them know that. And that's all I have, sir.
I come from a black mother. My DNA runs black as far as I know, and everyone is trying to. If you realize, if you've noticed, everyone is trying to get with black women nowadays. You know what I mean? Because of that melanin or whatever. God created black to be beautiful. I believe that the original, 12 tribes of the children of Jacob were all black. You know what I mean? And history proves that. When God created Adam, he saw that he needed a woman that's kind of like godly to give him an understanding of what is to come. And this has been with us all along. And I think black women should be appreciated all the time and every day, that like, for example, particularly in our society where we're shown, that our women are downtrodden, degraded, called all sorts of things for situations that they were not responsible for. They went from being queens and now being treated like dirt. And I'm really glad that there's, strong brothers who are out there showing us that it's not true, Like in America, you see the culture, the black culture, the hip hop culture, right? Now it's all over the world. Who is responsible for that? Like this shows you the uniqueness of black women and talent. When other people get control of our resources, our talent, sometimes they use it against us. You know what I mean? So I think Mother's Day is every day. Black Women's Day is every day. That we have to take back control of what's ours. And I mean to say this because I remember growing up, I remember like watching BET, for example, how it was all like about black identity, culture, and now it's like something else. All the black media, all the black entertainment, they're all like owned other than black people now. So we're getting a distorted image of what black women looks like, is, and should be. And it's pretty sad. So black women is the sunshine of the world, man. That's what I feel. We have the best, and we should appreciate it always. Sometimes I think there's no understanding and appreciation for black women, and I think sometimes is the devil. You know what I mean? That kind of puts things in your head, and you wonder why you're in this situation. But it's the jealousy of the devil, right? To try to tell you that what you have is not worth it. But in reality, once that slips from your hand, it's gone. You know what I mean?
My name is Alonzo. I'm 21 years old. I'm a native of Long Island, New York. In my humble opinion, there is just no better kind of woman. They are just so strong, so resilient, so beautiful. They come in so many different shades, forms, shapes, believe so many different things as many of us do since we all come from many different backgrounds. I just believe that for their own men to feel that they're not worth it, that they are less than other women is just crazy to me because it's almost like they've been brainwashed. And I feel like in reality, many, not only black men, but many people as well have been brainwashed to believe that black women are less than, and that is just simply not true. Even if you feel like there's a certain type of black girl that you don't like, there's just so many different kinds. I mean that in so many different ways too, not even in terms of just appearance, but in terms of personality, in terms of beliefs, in terms of whatever it may be. There's a black woman for anybody who is willing to love her, respect her, and give her the reverence that she is due. Black women, they're just they're just the best. And that's how I feel.
Yeah, it's me, G-Trip. Yeah, I'm from Congo. You know what's up, the motherland. I'm in the Netherlands. I just want to say to all the sisters, please don't believe the hype that you're hearing. Everything that is pretty much just made up. And I've got to say, I am hated in my college because I thought all the ladies, only black women can date me. So pretty much, I just want to say, you're the most beautiful, you're the most loyal of all, and don't ever change whatever you do. And for the ones that have been hurt or have experienced negative things from us as black men, I can only apologize. And I can say, please, do not hate all of us. There are very, very loyal black men out there, and you can find them. Also, I'm a black man without melanin, so we exist too. Not everyone is like the media portrays, I know for a fact these black women that they're bashing and talking about and everything, once you get to know them, you'll get a very different perspective. I'm sure of it. Who knows? Maybe one of them is actually the one for you. And like my people always say, Nyoso Noak Nyoso, all black everything.
My name is Darian. I'm from Atlanta. I just want to say I love black women, the most beautiful women in the world. I love my beautiful black mom, my future black wife, my future black children. And I encourage every black woman to keep your heads up. Black women always strive no matter what.
I seen a sister say in the comment section that some of the brothers is nervous, and shoot, I am kind of nervous. My name is Kobe Love. Like currently I'm in Denver, Colorado, but I grew up in Detroit. Out here is not a lot of blackness. It's not a lot of black love. Like it's black love, but it's pretty beat up because of the numbers. And like the sisters see more examples of negative black men than like positive ones. So they pretty shell shocked in my opinion. It's a lot I want to share, but I'm gonna make it quick because one thing I want sisters to know is that they appreciate it and they love, but sometimes the past comes up into their present and they miss out on good men. I also want to say that I've learned, like being a father, being a husband, that it's the man. If the man want to make it work, he can make it work under any circumstances. It has to be reciprocated though. A man doesn't want to make it work while the woman is making it harder as he makes it work. My wife has given me 5 sons. I have a 2-year-old, 4-year-old, 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 9-year-old. And she pregnant right now. Like we happy. We support each other through anything. We don't have our families, but we have each other. And we building our own tribe. And we homeschool, we eat right, and we try to share ourselves with the community. But it's like so many young brothers and sisters hasn't been taught the spiritual component of marriage. I'm not talking about paperwork. I'm talking about marrying somebody with your heart and making sure you got their best interest for life. It's honestly worked for me. And like throughout this COVID-19 situation, I get way more love now because a lot of people thought they was taking the for sure road and I was gambling, but now they see I was taking the for sure road and they was gambling. Because since all this then popped off, my household is just getting happier and happier, sharper and sharper. And then like a lot of people coming to me for small day-to-day suggestions on how they can be happy with their loved ones. I want all black women to know that I personally see y'all as the creator of the nation. Without my wife, I wouldn't be immortal right now. Like I got 5 little me's and I couldn't do that by myself. The black woman is the sharpener of the black man because she produces the best out of him, whether it's his child or whether it's his actions. Like a black woman gives a black man the time and space to manifest his greatest self. And black women have to be conscious of that because when a sister walk in the room, she's either going to demand the greatness from a brother or she's going to pull out negativity from him. And I feel like a black man has that same power over black women. That's why I handle every relationship in my life with the sister the way I would want a brother to handle a relationship with my daughter. So whether it's my little sister, whether it's my big sister passed away and my mom's passed away, but I handled those relationships delicately. Like a black man is supposed to be a black man in every single relationship he in, whether it's just kicking it at the grocery store with somebody that they meet, whether it's their wife, whether it's their daughter, auntie, whatever. A black man has to be a black man in every single moment of his life. And that's my duty. That's my job. And that's what I teach my sons. That's what I teach any brother I come across. I'm just into family. And there's a lot of brothers who are sharp enough to take care of you, take care of their sisters, take care of their mama. Like, we out here. I just wanted to say that I do love you. Like, I love people by default. That's why I made sure all my babies' last name Love, because I'm not going to give them no slave name. Best name I could think of was Love. So I love my people. I love my family. Sis, of course, I love you too. Peace.
My name is Montel. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Watertown, New York, but I currently live in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Into all of black women right now, I want y'all to live up to what the media keeps calling you. That's not you. That's not the black woman's origins at all. Y'all the first one to hold the black woman down. Nobody has been able to do what you do.
My name is Echo Tambo. I'm from the Netherlands. I was born in the Netherlands. I'm originally from Cameroon. Yeah, I just want to say I love black women. I love their skin. I love how they smell. I love how they dress. I just like everything about them. I just want to let you know you girls are loved. Yeah, I love black women from all over the world. Doesn't matter if they're directly from Africa, in Europe, America, the Caribbean. Doesn't matter where. I just like everything about them. Black women always make my heart skip a beat. Yeah, I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. They make my heart skip a beat in a way that non-black women never have done. And also one more last thing. to the black men who are curious how they can make black women more appreciated, be vocal, be vocal. If there's 10 black men who talk bad about black women, then you talk good about black women as if you were 20 men.
I'm Yamro, residing in Pennsylvania. I just want to let the sisters know I see you. I see you. The first time my eyes were opened, I was in your womb. I see you. The first time I had a sip of water, I was in your womb. I see you. The first time I reached out my hand and was able to touch, I see you. I see you. From within your womb, I see you. And I know that I am connected to you. I know that I am nourished through you. I know that my thirst is quenched through you, only but through you. You are the earth from which I have come. Please know that. I am a manifestation of you, of everything that you are, I am. I thank you and I appreciate you. I just want to let you know that I love you.
This is Keith from Detroit, man. I'm in the chat. I want to show love to the ladies. Ladies, I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all, my beautiful black queens. I just think it's important showing our love to y'all. It's much more than a word. Love is even much more than a concept. We got to show y'all that. I try to do that as best as I can every day. But I also understand, too, to love somebody else externally, you got to learn how to love yourself internally. And I think that's like a big problem in our community in general. Is we don't really know what love is. So we got to get a hold of that. And it starts with us, and then we can externally bring it out. For me, I'm trying to literally connect with myself, learn how to love myself, so I can be able to recognize who also is displaying that same kind of love. It's sort of like the love that you put out is the love that you get back. But sometimes you can't receive that if your brain is not even contorted to that. And a lot of our brains, we kind of conditioned to the bad shit. And I think it got something to do with slavery and all of that. Our brains are not conditioned to be attracted to the things that we're supposed to be attracted to. So I think we got to, like how people detox their bodies, I think we got to try to detox our brain so we can come into who we actually are. And then we'll be able to see, the black men that do love me, I can see that black man love me. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to see it. Sometimes you can't see it when your brain not wired like that, and you only see what the negativity is spewing at you, because that's how your brain is conditioned. We all got to get out of that. Black women and black men, we all got to get out of that. We got to decondition ourselves, but I think it starts with love and self-love. And once we get that, I think it can extend outwards, and I think we'll be all right.
My name is Jordan. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm 26 years old. And I just want to speak on to all my queens out there. You're deeply loved. I've recently started to go out and start dating. I was very shy and to myself a lot of the times, but it took one black queen to show me, not just from my mom, but someone that I dated that showed me love and how to love. And ever since that, it's been black women 10 toes down all the way through. And with that, I continue going forward. So it took me some time to just kind of sit back and learn this is truly what love is. And when you give it back and you sit down and you listen to a sister, like the sister that I've been able to listen to, they show me so much. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even know, like, it's really humbling because the output of love that they give to everybody is just like, it's powerful. So I just wanted to let the queens know that they're deeply loved. And sometimes as a man, when you're growing up too, sometimes you don't really understand what's going on. Like, you're not really aware of like your history. You're not aware of like traumas that you might have been through. But once you start learning these things and you start seeing, connecting the dots, and you kind of understand like where you come from and like how powerful that is, because they don't really teach you that in school or anything like that. So once you start learning, you'll start to see the value in your queens and stuff like that for real. And I just want to say I got mad love for you. My voice is kind of shaky, but really, you guys are very deeply appreciated. I love you. And from anything, like if you need to sit down and talk, find someone that you can sit down and talk to, man or woman. I'm just saying, like, if you need to talk about things and get things off your chest, because I don't think we really sit down and get to hear one another. I listen to like a lot of stuff on YouTube, and there's a channel where they have black women talk and they just have the floor and they just speak and they ask them questions about anything. And women feel they're able to talk and just say whatever they want off their chest. And that helped me learn a lot about women, black women. That's where I learned a lot of my stuff from. And then when I go out and then I go on dates and stuff like that and I get to know my sisters, I started to learn. I was like, wow, look at that. When no one sits down and hears you and speak your mind, it's like we just kind of take, people just see it on the outside like, oh, they're beautiful, that's it. But deep down, like spiritually connected and stuff like that, yo, it's crazy. And I've been very blessed with all the black queens that I've been able to come in contact with since then. And every day they show me something and help me become a better man. So I just want to say I got mad love for my black women. And I don't care what no one says. Y'all come first to me. And that's it.
I want to just make a comment about American women. I'm a Nigerian man, currently watching your video right now. I just want to say this to the Black American women. You know, we are all from Africa. We know you guys are our brothers right there. Also, now we see everything you guys are going through with the American government. We see how you're being treated. Sometimes when I go online on the dating app, there's so many black women I send mails to on dating apps. And you know, when you tell them like, oh, I'm from Africa, and the next thing they're gonna tell you, oh, you're from Africa, it's too far. I can go there. But I want to tell them there are so many white women who come down to Nigeria every month to meet up with Nigerian men who pay for their tickets, put them in five-star Sheraton hotels, treat them well, and they get married to those white women. And I'm not happy about that. All they care about and they want to say in America is, oh, Nigerians are scammers. But Nigerians make the highest workforce of Africans earning big salaries. So please, I want to beg our ladies, our women there who are black, please make your research about the man you want to chat with online, and you can give him a chance. If it's good, why not come? Just tell him to foot the bill. So many K1 visas have been given to Asian, Indians, and Chinese. Our black women, they can't deny it. They cannot deny it. I met a woman last 2 months and she was telling me, oh, you're from Nigeria. This. And later, few months later, she's telling me she want to get married to an Indian man. She's from Arizona. Can you imagine that? So please, I love black women. Our women are good. Our women are strong. But I want them to please consider African men, not just white men who can give them money and enslave them in bed. There's so many brothers earning good salaries from petroleum companies here, Chevron, working in good places. Even sisters are here waiting for them to come fill up the population. Let's work together and fight the common enemy. If you want to eradicate the population, they want to kill off you guys there. We can work together. Be the one who come here to buy the diamonds and sell to the white people. You can be the one who come here, come buy the petroleum and sell to the white people. Now the white people coming to take your place and coming to sell you what you own. Please, we are waiting for you. Tell the Hebrew Israelites, we are one. Tell them not to stop saying Spanish Hebrews. They not know Hebrew. We are black. Forget the Hebrew or no Kemetic stuff. We are one. We got to fight right now. Chinese is killing right here in Africa. Chinese is stealing right here in Africa. We got to fight this. I've never been to America, but I watch American programs every day on YouTube, on my TV. I'm on CNN 24/7. I'm not happy what's happening to our people worldwide. I've been to Singapore. I've been to Malaysia. I've been to even China. When you go into the train, they cover their noses for you. They run away when they see you like you're some kind of animal from some other planet. They even touch your hair. Like, oh, sorry, I've never seen a black person before. That's why I'm touching your hair. Without asking for your consent before touching your hair. They're like that. So please, we need to come together and fight the common enemy.
I'm Jerry Smith. I'm from Greenwood, South Carolina. I love y'all. Strictly black women, straight up. That's all I want to say, really.
So I'm Asante. I'm from Tanzania, but I reside in Canada right now. And I had one elder come to me about 4 years ago, actually 3 years ago. I was working the store, and he just came out of nowhere. He was a Jamaican man, And what he told me literally like changed my life since then. He told me, you know what? You're a young black man. No one has ever truly validated you, but I want you to know that you're special, you're worthy. And a lot of brothers out here running out thinking that getting a white girl is something that would somewhat validate them in the society or boost up their self esteem, but you don't really need that, you know? Have that self love. Black woman is more than all you need, you know? And just hearing that guidance from an elderly man, literally just changed me, helped me be able to see myself and see my ideal mate, my ideal counterpart in this world. And I got three little cousins on my auntie's side. And I started going to them. I started talking to them. I started, trying to get them to open up because I'm sure they had experiences when you go to these all white schools for the most part. And at first, they didn't really tell me much, but later on, they started opening up. They said, you know what? I get a little embarrassed when I go to school with my afro, but you're making me start to feel like it's natural, it's okay. And I was like, wow. So we went, let's go on Instagram since we got social media. And, we started just browsing different photos of black models, and they were like, the eyes started to pop. Like, they never seen this stuff before, you know? They don't really get that kind of encouragement or that psychological diet anywhere really. So it was really like very helpful to sort of step in and let them know that they're valued and loved. Let them know that they're pretty. Right now, they even like send me a photo in messages, and they're like, "Hey, this girl looks pretty," and it's a natural, it's a black girl in a natural state after whatever, and like, you're pretty too. You're just as pretty as her. And she's like, nah, fam, like, nah, cut that shit out. You're pretty. I've been telling you for days. And then she just, she smiles and says, thank you, I really like that. I'm telling you, man, the psychological bullshit a lot of us be going through is it's really kept a lot of people in lockdown. And I talked to one of my brothers too. He's also from Tanzania, and he's studying in I think India right now. And I had a conversation with him because he didn't really get to know much about it. A lot of people back home are still asleep, to be honest. At the very least, people in North America, they have a lot of experience with white people, so they kind of know the truth, the reality of how these people truly are. Some people back home, they have this element of, especially because of media, they still glorify them in a sense. Because of white Jesus, they still glorify white folks to a sense without having, enough interaction with them to kind of understand that it ain't all that it's made out to look like, you know what I mean? So I had a conversation with that brother as well. And he talked to me the next day, he's like, yo, I look at myself in the mirror and I love myself. I actually feel like I exist and I'm somebody right now. I'm no longer three-fifths of a human. And I look at a black woman and I'm like seeing her in a way that I never was able to see her before because of how I was conditioned to look at them prior. Because a lot of people back home say some dumb shit like, oh, white woman is better. White girl this, white girl that. And it's almost like you got a white girl on your arm. It's like you've made it to like a different class. I used to seriously want that to stop. And I want all the black women on this channel and on this live to know that I really love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And there is no love that is as warm as a black woman who's truly loving you from the heart. You know what I mean? It's just close to home. You know what I mean? Just so close to home. I know there's some bullshit out there with some people and, the media like Chris Brown saying the dumb shit he said about black women, or it's people saying, oh, I prefer light skinned girls or mixed girls, yada, yada. Like, don't pay attention to that. Come on Angel's channel. Let it remind you of what's true. Let it remind you of the black men who got it straight in their heads and are actually trying to help other black men and their brothers kind of recognize the truth and what's right. Because also being in that kind of mindset of feeling like ain't no black men looking out for you and stuff, that just lowers your vibration. And honestly, in my opinion, I would rather focus my eyes on those who appreciate you, and that becomes more of your reality. That becomes more pronounced in your reality. So I just wanted to drop that.
My name's Danny. I'm from Montreal, Canada. I'm actually from the South, but my story's kind of wild. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much about that. I kind of want to talk about black women today. So first off, I just want to say that we love y'all. I can remember the whole time growing up, I grew up in one of those areas where it was mostly white people, but all the girls I had crushes on were black girls. I can remember, I'd be up till like 2 a.m. on my trying to send them text messages or whatever. I'd be chatting to them on Facebook, and that was like kind of one of the only things that kept me going while I was in high school. Dealt with a lot of racism. High school wasn't exactly my best experience, but I got out of high school. First relationship I got into was with a girl. She was Kenyan, Canadian. Her family showed me so much love. Just every day, like looking back, those were the happiest times of my life when I was in a relationship with her. And, as great as it was falling in love with her, it was so much more to see her falling in love with herself because she grew up in a similar environment to me where, she was one of the only black people there. She was pretty much the only black girl in her school. I got to see over the course of our relationship her having more and more of an appreciation for her culture, for her parents. She used to wear wigs or weaves, so she used to always do chemical and heat straighteners. And then, a couple of years into the relationship, she started doing more African hairstyle. She started getting braids and stuff like that, and getting cornrows, and she started just becoming more confident with her identity. For me, that was something, it was really beautiful to kind of see that transition with her and just to see her have a lot more pride. I can remember also, okay, I'm not going to make this too much longer, but I can remember, one of the favorite things we did is we'd always get excited whenever, one of our favorite artists would be dropping a new album. And, she was so happy when that Black Panther album came out. And the one with all the stars and SZA's dancing around with the beautiful aesthetics, seeing stuff like that and seeing that kind of representation really meant a lot to her. And it just kind of opened my eyes, for everything that a black man goes through. There's so much shit that black women go through all the time, and it's a lot of people don't see them, and it's a lot of people don't understand them. And so it's a big learning experience, not just for myself being in that relationship, but it's I started to train my eye to always look and see how the black women around me are doing. We love you, black women.
This is Raymond. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm 19 years old. Right now, I'm a little nervous, because I'm a kind of a nervous guy sometimes, especially on the phone. But I'm just going to show love to black women today. Is that okay? Black women, you guys really, really mean a lot to me. I know I've been on some BS all my life. I know I've been a little out of control sometimes. I lose to raise my temper because that's who I am. I'm not trying to go out of that. But you guys always show me love and show me appreciation, understand the me that's inside me. So I want to really show my love to y'all because nobody ever showed me that type of love. No other race of woman showed that type of love to me. And that really means a lot because I struggle all my life to be understood by people. And it's tough out here because, like you said, on a lot of these videos, a lot of these people be out here trying to destroy each and every one of us. And it gets hard and it gets frustrating each and every time. But you guys always stay strong, and I always admire that about y'all. For real. And it's just I just love y'all. I love your hair. I love your skin complexion, whether it's light, brown, or dark. It doesn't even matter. I love all of it. And I just love how y'all talk. I love how y'all walk. I like how I'm just a little nervous right now, but bear with me. But I just love how you always show a lot of love for me and always push me to be a bigger person each and every single day. I really appreciate you. And shout out to all the black women today.
I don't really know what to say after all of these brothers. They've said so many amazing things for you guys. What can I really say after these men? It takes a lot of courage to get online, even via just a phone call, knowing that there are so many people that are listening to you. And some people will say that you're corny, and some people will say, oh, you're a simp for saying this. And, so it takes a lot. You have to understand how much courage it actually takes to do this, because as black men, we find it very difficult to actually show our emotions and to wear our heart on our sleeve, so to speak, when it comes to black women, because we get judged by it. I feel like part of the reason why some black men can be aggressive towards black women is because of the judgmental attitudes from other black men. It's difficult sometimes. What I want to say to the sisters is, I know that some of you won't be able to listen to this. You won't be able to take it in. You won't be able to absorb it because of the hurt. So the first thing that I want to do, my sisters, is I want to apologize. I want to apologize for the black man that didn't stand up for you. I want to apologize for the black man that didn't speak life into you. I want to apologize for the black man that didn't tell you that you are beautiful, that you are amazing. The black man that didn't love you for who you are, not just your physical, but even your mentality, the way you are emotional, the way you are strong. And I know that you're tired of being strong. And I know that. And I want you to know that for myself as a black man, that you don't need to be strong anymore. And I know that it's in your nature, but as black men, we have to be strong for you so you don't have to be strong anymore because it's difficult. It's difficult being a black woman. It's not easy being a woman and being black. I'm never going to understand what it's like to be a woman, but I know what it's like to be black. So I can only imagine a small percentage of what you have to go through being black and also being a woman, a struggle within a struggle. What I want my brothers to do is to make more declarations of love, speak life into your sisters. Whether you're romantically involved or not, you don't have to speak life into a woman and give declarations of love just because you want something from her. Maybe you see a black woman on the street and you just want to compliment her. Maybe you just want to say hello. See, I'm never going to tell a black woman to smile if she's not smiling. I want to be the reason that she smiles. I want to give her a reason. The most important thing for us as black men is to stand up for our black woman, for black women. There are a lot of black women that they've had enough. They've given up on us and they say, you know what? We're not caping for black men anymore. We're burning the cape. But you know what I say to black men? I say we need to cape for black women. Let them know we're not down for anybody else. We are going to always be there for black women. Black women, you are the status symbol. You are the prize. Nothing on this earth is more exotic than a black woman. Nothing. There can be nothing better than a black woman. And black men, we need to be ready for black women because some of us are not ready. We have to understand that sometimes when people say, oh, loving and respecting our women, oh, it's a white thing. It's not a white thing. That's a king thing. Making sure that you are prepared mentally for a black woman, financially, physically, emotionally, that's not a white thing. That's a king thing. That's what real kings do. Black women, I don't want to be here today and say to you how much I like your hair, how beautiful your lips are, the different complexions, different body types, different this, different that. Because you know what? As much as I do love all of the different variations, because there's nothing more diverse than a black woman. Yeah, black women like nice words. They're cute. But black women need actions. They need real actions. So I hope every brother that listens to this takes heed of everything that the black men before me said and understands the actions that we have to put forward. Because black men, how you treat your woman is a reflection of you. We need to uplift black women because what we put out is what we get back. You lift black women up in a positive way and they will become that. They will live what they believe. We have to show them these things. Be understanding. The black women have it hard too. They have it very hard. We're not in this alone. We're in this together. And we can't judge black women because you know what? We're not perfect either. As black men, we are not perfect. And they accept us with our shortcomings, with our problems. They understand. They're very understanding when it comes to us. And sometimes we're not so understanding. We judge black women the way that media judges them. One person does something, they all did it. Today's not about making excuses for black men, why we act the way we do, why we react to black women in the way that we do. Today is about what we can do on our part as black men. Like the brother said before, we live on through black women. Without them, there will be no us. In my life, black women have taught me so much. From my aunties, grandmother, sister, the women that I've been friends with, the women that I've been romantically involved with, even the black women on platforms like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. Black women have taught me so much and helped me to elevate and to grow. We need to listen to black women more. The true strength of a man, of a black man, is his ability to take a situation, a problem, and find a solution. And if you listen to the problems and the cries of our sisters, you will find a solution. But you have to listen. You have to comprehend. So I can't speak for anybody else. But black women, I love you and I appreciate you. I hear you. I see you. And without you, I want to be the person I am today. Yes, I was raised by my father. Yes, I was raised by a strong black man. A strong black man that taught me that black women are the world. My grandmother, a dark-skinned, beautiful black woman from Jamaica. That woman is probably the first woman I fell in love with. I always talk about how much I love my grandmother. Everything about her. So I could never, ever love anybody but a black woman. So my sisters, I say all this to say, Don't worry about the black men that don't love you. Don't worry about the black men that have negative things to say about you. Focus on the black men that have positive things to say. Focus on the black men that love you, because we are out there. And the black men that do feel that way and feel like me and all the other brothers that were on the calls, speak up. Speak up. Speak loud and speak proud, and let all of these women know how much we love them, but let it not just be words. Put actions forward too. And I understand that not every woman wants to be married, but if you have a black woman that you love and you are ready for her and she's into marriage and wants to be married, then marry her. Build a black family. Be there for your black family. As a man, you need to show your daughter, you need to be the example for your daughter of what a true king is, so that when she grows up, she will never accept anything less than the perfect example that her father was. And in that same breath, you will also be an example for your son. He will know how to treat black women. As black men, we have to have self-love and value ourselves. We've got pasts, we've got issues, but we have to value ourselves, because to truly love black women, you have to love yourself, because you will never be able to love a black woman until you love yourself first, black men. Sisters, there are some women out there, and some of them are very hurt. They've had very bad experiences. And to them, to heal is to express themselves in anger and hatred towards black men. And that's their way of healing. It's not a positive way of healing. It's not a good way of healing. But don't allow their hatred, their anger, and their hurt to poison you, to infect you. And I hope for those sisters that they find their solace, their love. Because to me, I don't want to be focused about hate. I want to be focused on love within the black community, black people. We have to speak life to each other. Black love, revolutionary. Peace, love, and coconut oil. Hey man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new, never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. ikyg.com is a black-owned, black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG.